Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
The president has admitted to asking the president of Ukraine to take actions which would benefit him politically. The actions of the Trump presidency revealed the dishonorable fact of the president's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has announced a formal impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. And the president says he'll release the transcript of a call with the leader of Ukraine. All of this is over reports that a whistleblower complaint claims the president pressured Ukraine into investigating the Biden family by threatening to withhold aid. Nicole Killian is at the White House with more.
After huddling with House Democrats Tuesday afternoon, Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced they will begin a formal impeachment inquiry against President Trump.
The actions of the Trump presidency revealed the dishonorable fact of the president's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections.
In New York, President Trump vented on Twitter, calling the inquiry witch hunt garbage.
Look, it's just a continuation of the witch hunt. It's the worst witch hunt in political history.
CBS News has learned the president ordered the State Department and Pentagon to withhold hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid days ahead of a July phone call with the Ukrainian leader. Following reports he may have pressured Ukraine to investigate political rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who had business dealings there. The president tweeted he's authorized the call transcript to be released. Biden responded.
If we allow a president to get away with shredding the United States Constitution, that will last forever.
House Democrats have given the White House until Thursday to hand over the whistleblower complaint, and they could vote Wednesday on a possible resolution to pressure the acting director of national intelligence to release those details. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer introduced a similar resolution on the Senate floor.
It is aimed at a thus far recalcitrant executive branch, which has blocked the ability for the committees to see the complaint.
The acting director of national intelligence is set to testify on Capitol Hill Thursday. Lawmakers say they are also working to hear from the whistleblower. Nicole Killian, CBS News, the White House.
Meanwhile, the intelligence official who blocked the release of the whistleblower complaint is set to testify Thursday on Capitol Hill. Police in West Fargo have released the identity of the 26-year-old man who they say wouldn't pull over for them, then ditched their car and ran away. West Fargo police tell us an officer tried to pull over Manuel Carrillo around 10:30 last night for a wide turn. That's when they say he took off, leading the officer on a short chase. Shortly after, police say Carrillo ditched the vehicle and ran near the 500 block of 12th Avenue Northeast. That's where officers set up a perimeter and brought out a canine unit and drone to search for the man. Anyone with information on his whereabouts can contact the West Fargo Police Department at this phone number, 433-5500. Twin Valley police are asking for the public's help in finding the driver who was caught on camera running a school bus stop sign. Police are looking for the white Ford truck that's pulling a trailer. You're asked to call police at this phone number if you have any information, 218-584-5444. We're looking at more chances of rain this evening. Some of it might come with a few rumblings. Here's Nathan with your No Wait weather. Nathan?
Yeah, Andrea, we are tracking some showers and storms in our viewing area. The most severe ones are north of the international line as we speak, but there is toward the Twin Cities there a tornado watch. That's for the same cold front that's affecting us, but there's much more instability down there, so tornadoes are not in the question for us here by any means. But what we do see is just north up into Manitoba. We do have some severe thunderstorms that have been warned by the Canadian government for damaging winds and small hail as well, and those are moving toward the United States. So we'll see if the American Weather Service does indeed continue those severe thunderstorm warnings, which would, of course, be into our northern neighborhoods. Do have some thunderstorms right now right there in northern Beltrami and Lake of the Woods County at this time. So you may hear a few rumbles out there as well as some brief heavy rainfall. But the entire north of 94 is in a slight risk, or excuse me, a marginal risk of severe weather in the hours ahead. But of course, we'll talk more about that and talk about even still some cooler weather on the way, Andrew, coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thanks, Nathan. BNSF Railway and the Cass County Sheriff's Office are asking for the public's help in finding the people responsible for destroying tracks. The incident happened off of County Road 20. They're also offering a $2,500 reward for any information. If you have any information, please call the BNSF Crime Tip Hotline. That phone number, 1-800-832-5452. The city of Moorhead is looking to redevelop City Hall and Moorhead Center Mall. A spokesperson with Roars Development confirmed with Valley News Live that it is working with the city to develop both the mall and City Hall. It is a pre-development agreement and is only for specific city-owned property. More information about this project is expected to be released in a week or two, so stick with Valley News Live as we follow this story. The Army Corps of Engineers is reducing the flows at Bald Hill Dam in Barnes County today through Thursday. The Corps says people can expect to see changing Cheyenne River levels, along with changes to the level of Lake Ashtabula. The public is urged to use caution around those waterings. New information on the firing of a West Fargo Public Works employee and the resignation of his boss. Valley News Live has confirmed that the city of West Fargo is not releasing all the documents and records regarding the staffing changes due to an ongoing investigation. We are currently working to get the city to confirm what kind of investigation may be underway. A record-breaking bust targets vaping cartridges in Minnesota. Investigators confiscated 75,000 THC vaping cartridges north of Minneapolis on Monday. THC is the compound in marijuana that gives the drug its high. The cartridges are believed to have come from out of state to be distributed in Minnesota. An 18-year-old Minnesota man died inside a grain bin last month, and now his mom is pushing for change. Michelle Grand says she wants lawmakers to pass a mandatory buddy system for farmers working in grain bins. And today, Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, talked with local farmers to see if new rules and regulations are something they think would actually work.
It's the #1 rule Eric Jaw learned growing up on the farm.
You don't play in grain bins. That's how people die.
Working in and around these bins is one of the most dangerous parts of being a farmer.
So you can go from being just at your knees to being submerged in just a couple seconds because the grain is moving that quickly.
But working in the grain bins is not something that can be avoided.
If you're conscious about and you respect the grain bin, then you feel pretty safe.
Jaw says on top of always trying to have a buddy system, grain bin safety is his and his co-workers' #1 concern.
We'll never go inside of a bin when the auger's running. We don't go on top of the bins when the auger's running or the fan's running.
And that's one of the main things NDSU's agriculture program teaches their students as well.
Too many times there's a temptation to, well, I'm just going in along the edge or going in and doing some pole work, and the next thing you know, you have the collapse and you're sucked in.
Hellevang says while there are safety regulations for commercial entities like grain elevators, there's not for family farmers like Jaw. And Hellevang says even if there were, he doesn't think it would stop any more accidents from happening.
And it has to come down to people making wise choices. And unfortunately, we can't legislate that.
And Jaw says he couldn't agree more.
Regulation and all that, that's great, but unless you can enforce it and unless someone's going to come out every time that you're going to go inside of a grain bin, that's not going to happen.
Both saying it comes down to good education and staying vigilant when working around the bins. In Horace, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
So far this summer, there have been 3 deaths around the valley due to grain bin accidents. However, just earlier this month, a 70-year-old Pelican Rapids man remarkably survived after being saved from the bottom of a grain bin. North Dakota's newest medical marijuana dispensary opened its doors in Jamestown today. Officials say Grassroots Cannabis is one of the largest multi-state cannabis companies in the nation and opened its herbology dispensary for business. The 5,000-square-foot space includes 1 waiting room, a consultation room, and 6 point-of-sale stations. Hours of operation will be Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. According to the North Dakota Department of Health, so far over 1,200 registry identification cards have been issued to qualifying patients. One of Clay County's finest and an area grandmother have been given the Stork Award for helping deliver a baby on the side of the road. Officials say it happened on August 31st of this year on County Road 10 and 205th Street in Clay County. When Sheriff Mark Empting arrived on scene, baby Aiden had just been born with help from his grandmother, Becky Unterseer, but the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. Sheriff Empting noticed the issue and quickly unwrapped the cord and cleared the airways so the child could start breathing.